Merci beaucoup, Marie. Bonjour tout le monde. Good morning, everyone. Are we awake? All right. So, as you heard, I'm a scientist. Actually, I studied chemistry. I hated biology, which is ironic, because I did all the rest of my career in biology. Okay? So, here's a message for those who love or hate biology or chemistry. Since September, I'm the Chief Science Advisor in Canada. What does that mean? It means I get to advise the Prime Minister, the Minister of Science and Government on science and science issues. And you heard already that science is everywhere in our life. So I really have a cool job. And if you want to know how cool it is, just check my Twitter account and see how varied it is. But the best part of the job is when I'm with young people like you. Not only you make me feel young, but you are the future of the country. You're the people who will take care of us, so we better be good friends together, okay? I also do research, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about my research, but first, let me ask you a question. When you think of someone who saves lives, what comes to your mind? Firefighter, doctors, surgeons, that's doctors. Anything else? How about scientists? Today I'm here to talk to you about how scientists can actually help save lives. So you're right, there are many people who can help save lives. And usually we think of medical doctors, and that's true. They save lives one person at a time. They work hard, they save lives one person at a time. Scientists, on the other hand, we keep forgetting this. When they make a fundamental discovery, when they understand how a disease happens or how to cure it, you know what? They save thousands and millions of lives for years and years to come. That's cool, isn't it? Okay, let me give you an example. So, what you see here is actually a young student athlete, fit young person like all of you here, playing football and just dropping on the field. And before you know it, the young athletic person dies. Well, that's not supposed to happen, right? We tell people you have to exercise, stay fit, because you get a longer life. What's going on? Well, what's going on, turns out, is the heart of this young person, and the person is born with a small defect in the heart, okay? Tiny defect, so this is the heart, okay? It's here, just like the one you draw when you love someone. And then the heart has 4 cavities, blood flows in a very orderly manner. And when you play soccer, and when you're in love, and when you're stressed, the blood just pumps much, much faster. But then what happens, in some people, they're born with like little defects, tiny defects, holes here. So now we have leakage between the different cavities. It could be here, could be there. What happens is, most of the time, we're just fine. But then suddenly, if there is increased stress or pressure, or if there's anything else that stresses the heart, well, we cannot now mount the proper response, and this is what happens. So, if we want to avoid this from happening, we need to know who has any small, tiny defect, and we need to prevent any bad things from happening. So before I tell you how we can do this, let me tell you why sometimes we have these small defects. Well, it turns out that there is a tiny change here in the DNA of one gene. Now, you all know that genes are the biological codes of our cells and our bodies. They're the ones that determine, in part, if you're blonde, if you have blue eyes, if you're tall, if you're short, but they also determine the shape of your organs. So that is because the genes are going now to basically make cells. You heard of stem cells. These are cells that can be anything. They're very flexible. They can be heart cells, they can be brain cells. If they have the right genes, they will become what they're supposed to become. So here, for example, when we want to make a cardiac cell, we need to have certain genes. And when there is a change, a defect, a mutation in these genes, where the process just doesn't work. So you don't have enough of the cells, and you cannot make a proper organ. How can science help? Well, the more we know about how our organs develop, the more we know about the cause of disease, the better we can diagnose it early, right? We can know what's happening before it happens. We can help prevent degeneration or bad accidents from happening. And of course, we can try also to fix it. We can have molecules, drugs that can fix the problem, or we can even edit our genes, or we can make organs or parts of the organs outside our body and then put them in our body, okay? So this is all part of what we call regenerative medicine. Now, who do we need to do all this work? We need biologists, we need chemists, we need physicists, we need engineers, and of course all this has data, and we need computer scientists. So my message to you is simple. If you're curious, if you're adventurous, if you like to work in teams, and if you like to save lives, please become a scientist, because the world actually needs scientists, and science needs you. Okay? So, let's go!